This is Dave Fennoy, and you're watching the Comic Book Cast.
Hello everyone, and this is Tom Carter / Indexonic. Today I am here with Dave Fennoy, voice actor. So how it going, Dave?
A little busy, but nice here in Los Angeles. Sunshiny, warm, and I'm going to a barbecue later.
Awesome. So how did you get into the voice acting industry? How did it happen? Because you originally were a disc jockey, so what was it like being a disc jockey working in that part of the industry?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I was a morning jock in the San Francisco Bay Area at a couple different radio stations, and I got to be that crazy morning guy. We're talking on the radio, hey, and I was actually working under another name, Billy David Ocean, so 107.7 KSOL. It's Billy Ocean, and guess what? The Bay Bridge is closed today. Just kidding. Go to work.
So what made that decision from going from disc jockey to voice actor?
Well, I knew at some point in my life I was not going to want to continue to spin hits for teeny boppers. As you get older, you want to do some older things, or at least plan for some older things. And radio, much as it's a fun career and a great career, you don't always have a lot of longevity at different stations. I was having a pretty good career myself, but I noticed that statistically, disc jockeys last about 2 years before they have to find another job. And voiceover seemed like so much fun, and that you could, not have to put up with some crazy director telling you what you had to say and couldn't say. And of course, in voiceover, you have to read the lines as they're written, so maybe that wasn't a good idea. But it's turned out okay.
So how did that process go? How did you actually get into voice acting? What did you started out doing?
Well, I started knocking on the doors while I was still a disc jockey in San Francisco. And I guess the first thing, we have the lottery here, the California lottery, and it had just come into being, and I auditioned for it and got the job, and that was my first real job that a lot of people heard in California. It wasn't nationwide, but it was in California. And also, I was the voice of the concert series for a spot, an amusement park, Marine World Africa USA, and I was doing that while I was still a disc jockey in Northern California. After that, I took a class, and it was an agent from Los Angeles who was teaching, and at the end of the class, she said, well, you're pretty talented. If you ever want to come to L.A., we'd love to represent you at our agency. So that probably was the biggest break.
That's pretty cool. So opening doors and everything like that. You went on to voice RoboCop, which was your first voice acting job. That lead into it? I think we talked about this last time we spoke to each other.
That led directly to that job. I'm
a fan of RoboCop anyway, so that's pretty awesome to hear.
Yeah, I when I moved down to actually I was commuting the 350 miles. I don't know what that shows up in kilometers, but I was commuting the 350 miles every week. So I would take the 6-hour drive from the Bay Area to Los Angeles, either on a Monday morning or a Sunday night, and back on a Friday evening or a Saturday morning. Early in my career, while I was still doing that, I got that RoboCop job.
So your voice acting career started around about the early 90s then?
Actually, in 1990.
Your first ever voice job?
Yeah.
I was looking around. Your first ever bit of animation voice work was New Kids on the Block, wasn't it? What was your role in that?
See, you just had to say that, didn't you? You just had to let the world know that I was on a New Kids on the Block cartoon. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, it was one of the late James Avery had taken the part, and I believe he got the TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think that's what happened, but he couldn't do the cartoon anymore. They needed another voice, and I was really just getting my career started, and bingo, I got the job.
Pretty cool to hear that. But now we're going to jump a few years forward to probably your most iconic role and most well-known role is Lee Everett from the Walking Dead video game.
Lee Everett from The Walking Dead, that's right.
You played the main protagonist in the actual game series up to that point.
Yeah. Well, I was a playable character in the first season, and Melissa Hutchinson, who played Clementine, is the playable character in season 2.
How did you get this role, Lee Everett? It's such a fantastic role to get. So how did that came about? Because you worked with Telltale before, haven't you? So you had a bit of a relationship before that.
Well, I had done a couple Curse of Monkey Island, but the role that led directly to this was I was playing a corrupt politician in their Law and Order game. Not a good title, not necessarily a particularly popular game, but one of their guys, Javier Espinoza, heard me on that game. They had already cast the part of Lee Everett. They had recorded an episode, and they were listening back, and whoever it was that they had hired, they didn't feel like he was working. He wasn't coming across. He couldn't carry the whole game. So they started looking for somebody else, and Javier said, "Oh wow, this guy on our Law and Order game. Why don't we give him a shot?" And I auditioned, got the part, and the rest is history.
And that went on great for you. So what it's been like ever since you have voiced Lee Evan for the Walking Dead video games? It's such a popular character. It's such a popular game.
Well, you know what? From the fan mail that I get, the number of nominations and awards that the game and I got, including a BAFTA. I got to go to London for the BAFTAs.
Nice, you got to see England.
Yeah. I would have to agree. It's one of those wonderful, perhaps once in a lifetime things that just skyrockets your career, or at least makes your name much more notable. I mean, I'd already been on 50 or 60 games, and I was a fairly well-known voice actor, but that really kind of pushed me over the top.
Yeah, I can imagine. But going back a few years before that, you did some other recognisable franchises as well.
Mm-hmm.
You played a role in one of the Fallout games as well. I can't remember off the top of my head. Was it New Vegas?
Fallout New Vegas, yeah.
I do apologise, I didn't do my homework here. Who did you play in that game precisely? Because I haven't really played the game myself.
Jeb Masterson.
Oh, okay, Jet Master. What was Jet Master's role?
I was the guide, Jeb Masterson.
Yeah, I haven't really played the game myself. It's more my brother played the game, and he loves the game to pieces.
Tell your brother I said hello and thanks. Glad he likes the game.
Oh yeah, I definitely will now after this. Another science fiction franchise that was a big one you were voiced in was Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect, yeah. I don't remember the name of the character I had on Mass Effect, but I was on Mass Effect, and like I said, 60 or 70 games.
I think you played Warlord Okeer in the games.
Okeer. Warlord Okeer.
You've done so much in the voice acting industry and video games, animation, everything. What's some of the most fun you had in the acting industry? You got like a favourite role, favourite voice, or any favourite moments in particular?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have fun and just about everything I do in the gaming world and animation world. I'm a very lucky guy to be able to do something that I truly enjoy doing, get paid for it, and also get some respect and adoration from fans of the games. It's just a joy to do what I do.
You've done so many voices over the years and stuff like that. Do you get recognised by anyone at all when you speak to them or something?
Occasionally. There's I don't know if you know what Hulu is, but here in the United States...
like Netflix?
Yeah, exactly. Only better. And I'm the voice that you hear on Hulu all the time before every program. And a couple times I've been recognized, I get that funny look like, can I know your voice from someplace, or if I'm in conversation, somebody may approach me. I've gotten a lot of people have said, have recognized the Lee Everett voice from time to time. Are you Lee Everett? Are you in a video game called? So from time to time that happens. I imagine were I an actor on screen, it would happen a lot more. But I get to have a little bit of the star without having some of the problems that go along with being recognized everywhere you go. But it's nice, and the fans are great.
Yeah, they recently announced that they're bringing back Star Wars: The Clone Wars, but as a Netflix exclusive series, and you voice a character on that. Is your character might make a return to it, or do you know anything about it?
I well, I'm not sure they're gonna. Did it say they're gonna be making new episodes?
Yes, that's what I heard.
Well, I may or may not be in. I wasn't one of the regular characters in I think the fourth or the fifth season. I played General Pong Krell, who was big in that season, but they killed me off. But Pong Krell became a very popular character. I am General Pong Krell, and you clones will do as I say. He was a four-armed Jedi, and who kind of went the way of Darth Vader, went over to the dark side. He was a traitor, and they finally captured him after an epic battle, and in mid-sentence, they shot his butt. But it'd be great if they revive the character. I'd be happy to play him, or any other character they'd want me to play.
Hey man, if they can kill off Darth Maul and chop his leg off and bring him back like that, they definitely can bring back your character.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now we're jumping around again. Another role which you did in particular was you did the voice of Nick Fury. The Nick Fury is based off the Ultimate Universe of the comic books.
For not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah, because the Nick Fury that you voiced is the one that Samuel Jackson played in the Avengers film in particular.
Yeah.
You were the first person to give this version an identity to a voice to be recognized.
One, I'm not sure I was the first. I may have been. If that's the case, great.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it as a matter of pride. If that in fact is true, I'm proud to have been the first to voice Nick Fury.
Going back to Telltale again, you're not in The Walking Dead per se, but you are in their other franchise to do it at the moment, which is The Wolf Among Us. You voiced the Fable character Bluebeard, based off the Fable comics.
Yeah, I play Bluebeard on The Wolf Among Us, Telltale's latest game, and kind of a not so savory character, but not sure he's a bad guy either.
Did you read any of the Fable comics before taking the role at all, by any chance, or read any of them?
Well, actually, I had read a little bit about Fables and read some of the Fables. I had not run across his character when the audition went out. What was interesting is that Telltale, I have a great relationship with them after the Walking Dead game. And the sides went out for people to audition, and they said, we're looking for a Dave Fennoy type. And which to myself, I went, but if you're looking for a Dave Fennoy, why not just hire me? Why audition people? Just hire me. But in fact, I did get the role. So everything turned out. Sometimes in voiceover, the kiss of death is when you are request to read on something, or something goes out that says, "Oh, we're looking for a Dave Fennoy type." Sometimes you just aren't good enough to be you.
Oh man, that has to be very awkward, hasn't it?
Awkward.
So with The Wolf Among Us, can you tell us anything that might be happening in the later games / episodes?
I don't know the secrets and surprises that they have. They kind of keep those under the vest. A good buddy of mine, Adam Harrington, is playing the lead role, and he's a fine voice actor and worth playing the game, if only to enjoy his voice work.
He's playing Big B, Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
I've been playing the game myself, and I've got to say, he's been doing a fantastic job as the Big Bad Wolf so far.
Yeah.
What other roles you've been doing recently, apart from The Wolf Among Us as Bluebeard? Any upcoming roles?
Well, let's see. A Skyrim. I'm playing a few characters on that. Is it XCon? I'm playing a character on that. I'm on some Transformers coming. I'm on a bunch of things. I typically, I audition for a lot of things. I get the job. I go do the job, and then I kind of forget about it.
Have you played any games that you voiced in particular?
Sadly, I'm not really a gamer. I love the gaming industry. I love being a voice on games, but I'm not a person who plays a lot of games. So in some ways, I'm behind the eight ball in knowing what's going on in the gaming industry with what's new, what's hot, what's out. But I have learned, especially since playing Lee Everett on the Walking Dead game, how big the gaming industry is and how fortunate I am to be one of the guys that voices a lot of characters. Gaming industry is bigger than movies and music combined. So, and as soon as they start paying us residuals, I'll really be happy.
Going back quite a bit now, you worked on James Gunn's PlayStation game he written on, Lollipop Chainsaw, I believe it was.
What's that?
Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh, wow, man, you're going back.
Yeah, because that was a very weird and bizarre game. It was like a cheerleader running around with a chainsaw killing zombies and stuff like that. What was your role in particular in that game?
It's a very bizarre game. It was a very bizarre role. And once again, an audition came across my desk. I did the audition, got the role, went and did it. And, kind of scratched my head a little bit. But that's, I'm a voice actor. That's what we do.
Yeah, because James Gunn, he's currently directing and he's written the new upcoming Guardian of the Galaxy. Just out of curiosity, have you seen any of the big superhero films that made by Marvel DC?
I have not. Recently, well, some of the big ones. I mean, I've seen Thor and things like that. Wait a minute. Is that Marvel or is that DC? I get them confused.
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Phew, so glad. I've seen some of the big blockbuster Marvel movies, but once again, acting for games is only one of the things I do. I narrate documentaries, I do commercials, I do TV promos. I'm more than a one-trick pony, and I actually stay busy recording a lot. So I'm not the guy that knows all the ins and outs of even all the games I've been on. I just like doing the work. I just enjoy doing the work.
Oh yeah, definitely more than one trick pony. Another thing which you've done as well, you have done television work, live action stuff.
A few.
Yeah, I had to look this one up, but it made me laugh because my family watches the show sometimes. You was in Murder, She Wrote.
Ah!
You did a role of a television interviewer, and I didn't know about this, and that blew my mind.
Yeah, it was a very small role, as most of my roles on television have been. It was a very small role. I was playing a talk show host and I haven't seen it in so long, and it was done, in the 90s. We're talking 20-something years or more ago. I remember doing it. Every now and then I get a residual check. I think they're down to 2 or 3 pennies now. Did that. Did a show called Sequest. More recently, there's a show on the Fox network, Raising Hope.
How was playing that role?
That was great. It was great, and very funny. There's Cloris Leachman plays the grandma, and she thinks the world is coming to an end, and she has a bucket list, and on her bucket list is sleep with a black man. Well, guess what I play? I play that black man.
How would someone tell you How do you get around that role?
Well, a lot of people have the wrong idea about how casting works. It's like your mom. Oh, well, why don't you get a part on that? We'd love to see you on that show. I think you'd be good. And you go, Mom, it doesn't work that way. They send out an audition, you do the audition, and you hope you get it. So basically, I went to the audition, hoped I got it, and I got it. Uh, that is usually how it works, unless you are an A-list star, which I'm well known and a top lister in the voiceover game, but not in the on-camera game.
This was a bit more small role, but I'm going to have to ask it anyway because I'm such a fan of the franchise. You did some voice work on Sonic the Hedgehog's Saturday M work back in the 90s.
Yeah, and once again, that was another small one. I got the roles, did them, didn't really pay attention. Oh, okay, Sonic the Hedgehog, cool, here we go. Do the work. Thanks, guys, bye. But there's. I'm on a ton of games. Like I don't know if you played Dota.
I never played it, but I have heard of it.
Dota, Dota. It's a big game. It's one of the biggest games in the world. They had the Dota Championships every year, and I play 6 characters on there. If you play Worlds of Warcraft. I play a character there, and Worlds of StarCraft, Gabriel Tosh there, so you never know where I might show up.
Oh yeah, definitely. You've been popped up in a load of video game franchises. That's the one question I mean to ask you is, out of all the roles, out of all the things you've been in, what is the one thing you love the most? I think I know what the answer is going to be for this, though.
Well, I would have to say The Walking Dead. Although I'd been on a lot of other games, The Walking Dead, I was the lead character, and The Walking Dead game really has changed gaming in many ways. It's very story driven. You don't have to be an expert with your controller to play The Walking Dead. What you have to do is make decisions, and it really is more interactive drama than it is what you typically think of as game. But as the gaming community, people who are gamers are getting older and they want better story. They want a more adult experience. Games like the Walking Dead game are going to become more and more popular. Also, just how they did the timing of the Walking Dead game. A lot of people, as they've gotten older, they've gotten out of school, they got a job, maybe they're married, got kids, they can't spend 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours playing a game trying to reach the next level. Well, the Walking Dead game, you can get through an episode in a couple hours. And it's experience that touches you. I can't tell you how many text messages and emails I get and messages on my Facebook page from fans who love that game and the relationship between Lee and Clem. The 2 comments I get most are, 1, I've never been emotionally connected to game characters before, and 2, the final scenes with Lee and Clem made me cry.
Oh yeah, I would definitely be in that same category. I'm not going to lie, I cried at the end of that game as well because of the ending.
And I hear from people who have played it over and over and over again.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's one of those games where it has so many choices and so many outcomes. It's like, it doesn't matter just because you make one choice in one episode. It's not going to affect the next episode. It might affect episode later on, which it's so amazing. It's got so much replayability to it.
So you get variations on the same story based on what you do. And, when you think about it, how many times have you watched your favorite movie? How many times do you listen to your favorite song? Well, how many times do you play your favorite game? There we go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the whole interaction with the characters and the replayability is huge, and I think it's going to be something that's going to be implemented more into video games in the future.
Absolutely.
Another big franchise you've been a part of is the Transformer games. I would like to touch on for a little bit. And you play on the side of the Autobots. What was the name of the Autobot that you played in it?
Oh, yeah, playing Warpath.
Oh, yeah, you played Warpath. Very headstrong character, I've got to say.
Yeah. Once again, I'm very familiar with the Transformers series, and just happy to have been a part of it, and hopefully be a part. As a matter of fact, there's a new Transformer going to be coming out that I play a role in, and I hate to say this, I don't remember the name of the character I played.
You did a very good job in the Transformer game, I've got to say that.
But happy to be doing it.
Yeah, and another franchise that you played a character in was the Ben 10 franchise. Got a very long-running franchise of Cartoon Network now. The character of Tetrax, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Ah, Tetrax.
A lot of the variation of the character as well.
Yeah, the character Tetrax. I've been on quite a few of the TV episodes, and I am one of the main characters in the Ben 10 movie.
What was the movie?
Was it Calling All Aliens? Or Destroy All Aliens? Or
Not 100% sure.
A Secret of the Omnitrix? Yeah. And played on Cartoon Network, as I recall. And as a matter of fact, when it came out a number of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I think it came out, and we had a premiere at a movie theater, and that was a lot of fun.
Oh, wow, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, Ben 10 is one of the largest franchises over Cartoon Network. I think it's still going to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it even had a live-action movie at one point, which quite bizarrely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's still going. It's one of Cartoon Network's longest-running shows at the moment, I think.
And it's still going, and it's one of the biggest franchises in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's all the questions I've got for you, Dave. Unless there's anything you'd like to plug before I let you go.
I don't really have anything to plug, but I just want to say thank you to the fans who, like me and follow my work. It means a lot. You have no idea how much that means to me. And you can like my Facebook fan page, Dave Fennoy, voice actor, or friend me on Facebook. Follow me at Dave Fennoy, and thanks again.
And thank you for being such a great voice actor and being on the show. I hope you have a good time at your barbecue, Dave.